I'm a healthcare provider. I'm supposed to take care of people when they get sick. But what happens when it's our system that's making people sick? Everything that we're hearing now tells us it's about to get a whole lot worse. You're all here today because of the movement that we created together. It's not the politicians and the bureaucrats, but this movement that pushed for the rise in the minimum wage. It's this movement that got us access to paid personal emergency leave days for all workers in Ontario. It's this movement that got rid of the employer's ability to demand a sick note from workers in Ontario. And not just this, harm reduction workers, people who use drugs, and their allies have brought a revolutionary shift to how we care for people who use drugs in this province. Migrants and their allies have made conversations about a sanctuary province a reality, including access to healthcare for everyone, regardless of their immigration status. Community members and healthcare providers have brought the conversation about pharmacare and dental care to the fore. And Indigenous people, racialized and Black people, queer people, trans people, people with disabilities and their allies have fought for their rights. We have organized, we have fought, and we have won. But those wins are in jeopardy. And not just those wins, we're gearing up for many more possible attacks. Attacks on a woman's right to choose, cuts to our health and social services, privatization of those crucial services. Shame. Everything we want is connected. This is about justice and about creating healthy communities for us all. We want a world where workers can find decent jobs. We want a $15 minimum wage. We want paid sick days and access to benefits and labor rights. We want livable social assistance rates to help stem the tide of poverty, hunger, and homelessness in this province. We want a national pharmacare plan so no child has to end up in the emergency room because their parents could not afford an asthma inhaler. We want dental care so no young person has to worry about not getting a job because of his smile. We want affordable childcare where the childcare workers are paid a decent wage for doing the undervalued labor of taking care of our children. We want access to safe, clean drinking water for Indigenous communities. And we want a world where mothers don't have to worry about taking their sick children to the hospital because they don't have immigration status. Or the migrant workers picking our fruits and vegetables having to worry about getting deported if they're injured on the job. We want safe, quality, and affordable housing so people can live in dignity. And we want the end of epidemic of deaths among homeless people in this city and this province to end. We want services and a world that treats people who use drugs and queer and trans people, sex workers, and people with disabilities as people. And we want Black and Indigenous mothers to no longer live in fear of the child welfare system or the justice system taking their children away from them. We want justice and healthy communities, and we will get it. Don't let anyone tell you this is just a dream. We can get there if we commit to building that world together. So will you join me? Join me in committing to bringing this call for justice and healthy communities to your workplaces, to your institutions, to your hospitals, to your clinics, to your agencies, to your colleagues, your friends, and your family, and bring them all with you, right here with us, to the streets. Thank you.
What Ruthica's talking about is building a movement where no one gets left behind. Are you going to be part of that?